6.
Of course, the foul points have helped in as much as he won't need the black now. So this green seems the key ball.
Eight.
Wants to play the double, but I think the green's just a bit close to the cushion. He's just checking it. Brings a double kiss into play, and holding for the brown's not easy either. He's just playing it with a little trace of right hand side, but it wasn't really on.
Judd Trump 8.
Yeah, and the problem with the double always, of course, is where does it finish if you don't get it? Seen is that these two are going to fight for every ball, for every point of this Champion of Champions final. First blood claimed.
Neil Robertson 18.
It's Neil Robertson. Long way to go. It's first to 10 to become champion. Fascinating start. Neil Robertson leads Judd Trump by 1 frame to 0.
That's tightened things up at the back. Trusted Trader, sponsoring Daytime on ITV4.
TrustedTrader.com.
What's up, Peloton? How are we doing today? We're live from the studio. Let's do this. Accept nothing but your best. Resistance up. Let's go. Arrow 500, you're flying up that leaderboard. We've got this together. This is it. One final push. 3, 2, 1, and recover. You crushed it. See you tomorrow, Peloton.
Forget Black Friday. Come to the NordVPN Cyber Month Party, the private online security party.
We've provided thousands of cheers for over 50 years. Right now at Laithwaite's, get £40 off your first case, plus free delivery, and the Laithwaite's guarantee. If you don't like it, we'll give you your money back. Discover your new favourites at laithwaites.co.uk.
And this is the final frame. Trusted Trader, sponsoring Daytime on ITV4.
TrustedTrader.com.
So we had a 27.5 minute opening frame. It went to Neil Robertson.
Second frame. Judd Trump to break.
Remember, there's 9 to play in this opening session. Balls went awkward quite early on, and the frame became scrappy, but it was fascinating. In the end, Trump's decision to try and keep the break going by attempting the double on the green did cost him because he left it on. Nice break so far. Trump 17, Robertson 36. Get the feeling they'll go up.
He's just playing the red, push the red up and down. Wants to push the red at least as far as where the yellow is. I mentioned before, don't want to leave Judd these reds to the middle pocket. See, that's quite clever. Deliberately pushing the red far up.
Pretty much everything on, whether it went or not, but of course over the years they've developed the all-round game. Play it now superbly. But this red is onto the middle.
One.
Did the right thing there, changed his mind, so got back up. You could say he was a little fortunate to get on the black,
8.
wasn't he? But I always thought, in some ways, luck's quite predictable.
9.
The more risk you take, the more luck you'll get. So for the first time then, call a conventional chance in and around the black spot, and both players demonstrated in the semi-final especially how good they are at
16.
backs to the wall, coming out and producing their best form under pressure. To get back into rhythm.
$24. 25.
Mention how similar both players actually are. One thing is the bridge hand. It's really close to the
32.
cue ball, both of them, and yet they retain the power.
33.
See it here again with this little black, how close his bridge hand gets to the cue ball, Neil. And yet it still has that long sweeping smooth cue action. See how close that is.
$40. 34. 55.
Playing with so much confidence, Neil Robertson. No wonder that semi-final against Ronnie O'Sullivan. Last 4 frames he won, he made 80, 90 in a couple of centuries. He really did go through the gears.
$60. 61. 67.
So after that rather disjointed opening frame, Neil Robertson and his rhythm, and I guess it's up to Trump now. He gets a
74.
chance in the next frame to try and do the same.
75.
There's the break as it stands. The highest break of the week so far, 140, Mark Allen. Which Robertson can just pip here.
8. 83.
He's one of these players, if you didn't know anything about snooker, you just walked in, you would think he's a top player, the way he strides around the table. Very confident character. He's in 4th place on the list of century break makers, 661. He's about to become 662 with this blue.
$105.
Well, Trump tried to put him in trouble but left that red to the left middle. And that was the start of the break.
$112.
Yellow stays out, so from Neil Robertson, who extends his lead. It's 2-0.
And he puts on the yellow jersey. Trusted Trader, sponsoring Daytime on ITV4.
TrustedTrader.com
Life has its own rhythm. It's always changing. Forever. By spreading the cost between 3 and 36 months. Search O2 Custom Plans. Phone plans that move with the your life.
What's up, Peloton? How are we doing today? We're live from the studio. Let's do this. Accept nothing but your best. Resistance up. Let's go. Arrow 500, you're flying up that leaderboard. We've got this together. This is it. One final push. 3, 2, 1, and recover. You crushed it. See you tomorrow, Peloton.
Remove condensation effortlessly with the Karcher window vac. Join the millions of households already enjoying streak-free windows and discover your window vac from Karcher.
Come to the NordVPN Cyber Month party where digital snoopers are not allowed. NordVPN is only $3.40 per month. Get at nordvpn.co.uk.
As I said earlier, the first frame almost sets the tone, doesn't it? You just feel like Judd's the one under pressure now, having lost that opening frame, and then, as David said, the entry from Neil to get him going. So he's playing with some freedom. Judd's not really in the match yet. Yeah, he's chasing a half ball,
3.
brown or yellow here, to attack the pack of reds. Oh, that's perfect. That is lovely. So in between pink and black then with a cue ball. Lots of power.
Eight.
I think everyone was expecting them to scatter there, but that didn't happen. Want to go out to the right middle.
हाँ बोल ना हाँ हाँ बोल
fantastic.
13.
Yes, so Robertson's
14.
shot to get into the pack, which didn't come off. A big moment. Left himself that tricky red to the right middle, which he missed. And now Trump's in, looking to stamp his authority on the final with a big break.
$20. $21.
.31 centuries already this season from Trump. When Robertson made the 100, he went to the UK Championship on 40. And obviously we've got
27.
today, we've got next week in Belfast. So Trump is within range of potentially emulating that.
28.
He brings the black into the game.
$35.
You'd think the two reds by the right corner, pretty much a certain plant.
$42. 43. $50. 51.
Nice little sequence of shots there. He took the reds in the correct order. Get rid of the red that he just potted, and now just dolly the plant in. And the black goes to left corner.
58. 59.
Just a couple of oohs and ahs there, but he's on the black. And he needs...
I think as well the fact that these players are so busy these days, the way the tour is, that when they're under pressure in a match, they
73.
are more capable of producing when they've been sat in the chair for a period of time. We've demonstrated that in the semi-final.
74. $78. $85. 86.
Well, I mentioned Robertson is fourth on the all-time list of century break makers. Trump is fifth on 647, 15 behind. And he's still 15 behind because he's
Judd
missed the
Trump,
brown.
86.
And 86 will do to win his first frame. Well, it was a story of two splits, wasn't it? This didn't work out for Robertson. He didn't scatter the reds, but Judd Trump, after Robertson missed this blue, had a chance, and the minute he could get into the pack, he did so off this blue, and these could not have split better, and that was the key to him going on to win the frame. He trails 2-1. And there's one more frame to come before the interval.
What a finish! Trusted Trader, sponsoring Daytime on ITV4.
TrustedTrader.com.
Can I help you? Stop! Just cleaning.
Again?
I'll come back later.
What are you doing?
See, hear and speak to anyone on your property from anywhere. Make your home more secure with Ring's motion-activated floodlight cam.
Hey, Mikey.
My board.
It's behind the chair.
Thank you.
Have fun.
Visit ring.com or get yours at selected retailers. Ring. Always home.
What's up, Peloton? How are we doing today? We're live from the studio. Let's do this. Except no. One final push. 3, 2, 1, and recover. You crushed it. See you tomorrow, Peloton.
There for running late times. And I want something quick and tasty on my plate times. New Prince's Smoky Chili Mackerel Sizzle. Skinless and boneless fillets in a delicious marinade. Just pop in a pan, sizzle for 3 minutes and serve. Prince's Mackerel Sizzle, a tasty source of omega-3. Prince's, there for you, always.
And he unlocks the defence. Trusted Trader, sponsoring Daytime on ITV4.
TrustedTrader.com.
So one more frame
Thank
to come
you.
before the first interval
Careful.
of the Champion of Champions
Judd Trump to
final.
break.
Judd Trump now on the scoreboard. Didn't make a century, but 86 will do nicely. Robertson leads 2-1. The first all left-handed final that all the anoraks backstage could remember was Tony Meo, Dean Reynolds, British Open 1989.
Corner's the trouble. Yeah, well worked out actually, pushing it on and off the cushion. Second time in a row he catches a ball colour. Now, is he... Always off-putting playing that kind of shot for the reason that you're not just trying to pot the red, you're sort of worried about the cue ball as well. Takes a wee bit concentration off the pot. Perhaps that did for Neil there, so another chance, Judd.
One.
Red on the pink spot, or red just next to the pink's the one. That opens everything up.
Six. Seven.
That's clever playing for this red by the pocket, because he can then play for pink to right middle and work off.
Fourteen.
Amazing. Things had turned around for Trump. He left commentary last year, having not won a title for just over a year. There were all sorts of question marks over him, but of course things turned around immediately. Won in Belfast the next week, hasn't looked back since. If he wins today, it'll be his 7th title in a year. That's including, of course, the Masters and the World Championship.
For once it's gone wrong.
27.
Might still be on the red to left corner, but being hampered, he wouldn't fancy that much, and there's no position off it. Looks like end of break. See, I think that there's a subtle difference between two players. I think Neil playing that pink would have just dropped it in and just rolled the cue ball forward. Judd played it as a more of a stun run through. First thing to really note here, just in case it happens, is can he see a red full ball? You know, with the 3 misrule.
Happened in the final last week, didn't it? With Tepchara Nu, who fell foul of that.
He's playing the red in the open, half ball, spin it round the corner, back into bulk behind green. Oh, that's a fabulous effort. clever boy. Cover the red in bulk.
Foul and a miss. Judd Trump full.
Yeah, not much Judd could have done about the red. Going near this right corner. Thick is the enemy here. Anything but thick. Oh, great shot.
1.
Yes.
Seven. 8.
These long matches are made up of sessions and mini sessions, and I guess you're just looking to win each one. Robertson wins this round, he'll have done that.
Thirteen. 14.
He had a little look at the two reds by the pink to left corner, and he looked satisfied that the top one will pass. Which it obviously does. Played that shot and no, he cued that look. Little soft holding cannon off the red. Just to hold for pink. And he's all set here. Beautiful.
18.
That's a little fly hiding from the referee here. Oh, the gloves are literally off.
Twenty-four. 25. 31. 32.
32.
5.
Pink or blue. You'll be playing for blue here. The thinking behind that is if you underhit it, you're nice on pink. He did underhit it.
46.
Still has the pink, but he's going to have to work this cue ball, get it down towards the reds. Might have to leave something similar to last red, just looking now. Yeah, the red be missable from there. But on a super slick cloth, you don't want to play this with a lot of right-hand side. Difficult to control playing that shot, so you may just take the medicine here and leave a tricky red. Yeah, decided on power.
$52.
See, but he didn't want to play it with a lot of right-hand side. It's such a tough shot. These guys play most shots in here with just a little trace of help inside. You don't want to go extreme on it. 21 the lead then. Yeah, that little shot he played. Earlier when he tried to roll to the red just near the yellow pocket and didn't get there. That's 4 points, made a difference. So he now needs all 3 reds here. He's even got an angle on the red. Absolutely perfectly played. So 25 then.
56.
Tough pot. Tough to get an angle on a colour. Produce the red, but at least if he doesn't, he'll be in complete control of the situation. Expect him to leave Judd snooker behind black or something like that. I was saying earlier about when you play a pot and you think about the cue ball, I don't know if he'd risk the cannon on the red-black here. He might even, I think he's playing it. See, it makes the red missable when you do that. That's the thing about it. You're taking
Neil
a risk.
Robertson, 56.
Now then, is he thinking a low blue, or is he thinking
8.
he can play a cannon on the brown off this red? I would think a low blue. You just never know with Judd. That's
9.
okay.
$14.
Just ran it here too far. Can't really work the cue ball.
Well, he did so well on yellow and green. That was the last tough ball, and it has come back over the pocket. So Robertson needs brown and blue.
Four.
Well, it's been a fascinating start. Closely fought, but it's going to be the Melbourne man with the edge, it would seem, going to the first interval.
Neil Robertson, 15 under break.
So Neil Robertson holds the advantage at the first interval in the Champion of Champions final here in Coventry. Long way to go, it's first to 10 to become the champion. Robertson leads Trump 3-1.
That's tightened things up at the back. Trusted Trader, sponsoring Daytime on ITV4.
TrustedTrader.com.
As a pup, all Quince did was sleep. Who knew one day he'd save a blind person's life? My life. Suddenly, Quince tugged me back to the pavement. Seconds later, a car raced past. Quince saved my life. Whenever I go out for work or to see friends, I put my total faith in him. Because without Quince, I couldn't be Dave. But every hour, another person goes blind, which means more guide dog puppies need to be trained. Sponsor a puppy like Quince, and you could change your life. For just £1 a week, you can watch your puppy grow up with regular pup dates, photos, and even a cuddly toy. Please call Guide Dogs for the Blind on 0800 587 5522 or text puppy to 63333 and sponsor a puppy like Quince to change a life like mine.
Forget Black Friday. Come to the NordVPN Cyber Month Party, the private online security party. No digital snoopers allowed. NordVPN is only $3.40 per month. The party's at nordvpn.co.uk. Are you in?
What's up, Peloton? How are we doing today? We're live from the studio. Let's do this. Accept nothing but your best. Resistance up. Let's go. Arrow 500, you're flying up that leaderboard. We've got this together. This is it. One final push. 3, 2, 1, and the cover. You crushed it. See you tomorrow, Peloton.
Me blind, and I went from a confident soldier to not even being able to make my own cup of tea. My family were great and they helped me with everything, but I needed to learn how to do it on my own. That's how Blind Veterans UK really helped. They helped me to do things for myself. Instead of just making me a cup of tea, they gave me a gadget which means I can make it myself. This little gadget helped me to get my independence back, and it made me more confident too.
Blind Veterans UK supports blind ex-servicemen and women for life. A donation of £10 could pay for a liquid level indicator to help people like Chris regain their independence. Please call 0800 254 0999 or text T to 70007 to donate now.
You can check your eligibility for an Aqua credit card without affecting your... to you too. That's because at Aqua, we know you're more than your credit score. If you're ready to build better credit, why not start today? Check your eligibility at aquacard.co.uk. Representative 35.9% APR variable.
With GoDaddy, you can find the perfect domain name for your business. Got it! Harry's Roly-Polies. Genius!
It's not lost on us how lucky we are that we met each other. We're doing a documentary about DNA.
Join Ant and Dec as they go in search of their family history.
We're all related.
I've never cried so much on telly in all my life.
Ant and Dec's DNA journey starts tonight and continues tomorrow at 9 on ITV.
Let's tighten things up at the back.
Trusted Trader, sponsoring Daytime on ITV4.
TrustedTrader.com.
After the opening exchanges here at the Ricoh Arena, Neil Robertson leads Judd Trump by 3 frames to 1 at the mid-session interval. It's the best of 19 frames to be crowned champion of champions. 19 frames to be crowned champion of champions. And there is Judd Trump just keeping it loose up there in the practice room with the beautiful Sunday lunch laid out behind him. He is trailing Neil Robertson, Stephen and Neil, but it could just as easily have been 2-2.
Yep, Mr. Brown wasn't an easy brown along the cushion, but we always say that the harder you have to hit those, the less likely you are to pot them. But with Judd, he popped so many of these, it was still a surprise that he missed it. Neil played a nice shot, and obviously the early advantage to Neil, but it's not quite caught fire yet, the final, but it's quite absorbent. Yeah,
a long way to go in this one. We'll take a look at some of the key shots from later on in the first 4 frames in a minute, but we're going to start in the first frame because this was something, you don't see this very often. I don't think I've ever seen this.
Well, it's a very difficult snooker. It was his 3rd attempt and it was his 3rd different route that he'd taken. Now, we were saying before this, we hope that if he gets very close, the referee would consider not calling a miss. Now, he did get very close, Stephen, very close.
Yeah, going up and down the table, he could have given Judd 20-30 points because he was never going to hit the red. I think to play devil's advocate in Judd's point of view, Judd's thinking, well, if he's got that close to the red, well, surely can hit it. That's what he'd be thinking. Why is it called a miss? But we both said, I think we side with the referee because it was a very difficult snooker.
Judd was just nodding there and saying, yeah, I'll have it put back, not realising she hadn't called the miss. Desislava Boshilova, it's a big final there. That was a good call in my opinion because it's so easy for referees. Basically, every time you snookered, referees just call a miss, which is not using common sense, which sometimes happens. I think she was very good there.
And then, of course,
shot, he gets a little bit lucky here. Good pot. He's obviously hoping to land the black, but now the little kiss now in the red, just to leave him nicely in the black. But after that, it was magnificent.
Yeah, this was interesting because it's a tale of 2 attempts to go into the bunch. It was more difficult, I guess, from the brown, and they didn't really move. But the next shot we're going to see is the one that they always say Stephen Hendry invented. Because before he invented this shot, you see, we used to have to play safe.
You got a problem with that? You got a problem with that? It sounds like it.
No, I think you played it better than everybody else. That's the bottom line.
The way Judd plays it, I mean, it's almost like a pull shot, isn't it? It's almost like he played 9. The reds just go everywhere. He manages to hit that apex so often. Here's this tricky brown. If you play that dead weight, you never miss it. But because he's playing at that pace to get in the blue, it makes the pot more difficult.
Yeah, and actually the shot that Robertson played, if he used topspin and tried to get onto the blue into the right middle, then I think he could have gone wrong, but he executed his shot really nicely.
Gets into the cue ball well. If he decelerates slightly, could go off in the right middle pocket.
He looks great, Neil Robertson. I always enjoy watching him play. He floats around the table, doesn't he? He has that lovely presence, lovely confidence. Judd Trump talked about his season and how things have changed since he won that world title. He says this is the kind of match, when he's 3-1 down, that he needs to step.
Very close, and we're really not sure who's going to win. That fourth frame, they're the ones that actually make the most difference. Not the century breaks that either guy will make, but just a frame that you could have won that you lost and vice versa. When it push comes to shove tonight, that might be the difference between the two players.
Okay, another 5 frames to bring you in this afternoon session in the final of the Champion of Champions.
And this is the final frame. Trust a Trader, sponsoring Daytime on ITV4.
TrustATrader.com. Back again? Ooh, £30 off First Central car insurance. Only at Money Supermarket.
First there was fire, then came the radiator and the invention of thermostats. Today there is Tado, the next level of heating.
Tado makes your heating smart, lets you control your home from anywhere and simplifies your life with a variety of intelligent skills. So you can relax, save energy and money. Take your heating to the next level. Visit Tado.com.
Forget Black Friday. Come to the NordVPN Cyber Month Party, the private online security party. No digital snoopers allowed. NordVPN is only $3.40 per month. The party's at nordvpn.co.uk.
Soldier to not even being able to make my own cup of tea. That's what really gets to you. You lose your independence. That's how Blind Veterans UK really helped. They helped me to do things for myself.
A £10 donation to Blind Veterans UK could help people like Chris regain their independence. To donate, call 0800 254 0888 or text T to 70020.
What's up, Peloton? How are we doing today? We're live from the studio. Let's do this. Accept nothing but your best. Resistance up. Let's go. Arrow 500, you're flying up that leaderboard. We've got this together. This is it. One final push. 3, 2, 1, and recover. You crushed it. See you tomorrow, Peloton.
Have you thought of claiming compensation after an accident? If you've been injured in a road traffic accident, an accident at work, an accident anywhere, it's your right to claim. You could be entitled to thousands of pounds in compensation. Talk to Harris Fowler's friendly and professional team on 0800 213 214. It's no win, no fee. Call 0800 213 214. You've got nothing to lose and perhaps a lot to gain. Harris Fowler, the personal injury solicitor.
The modern vacuum can pick up all kinds of debris, but a common problem in most homes is hair that wraps tightly around the brush roll and can affect your vacuum's performance. Hair from the brush roll, so you don't have to, giving you Shark's powerful cleaning with no drop-in suction and no more tangles. Anti-hair wrap technology, only available from Shark.
At McDonald's, you know we only use 100% British and Irish beef. But how can you be sure it's the same at other places? Here's a handy guide. First, look at your surroundings. Is it so dimly lit you can barely read the menu? Are there over-attentive waiters ready to pounce at any moment? Is anything on the menu deconstructed? Finally, when you see the bill, do you feel like a contestant on a hidden camera show? Good. Looks like you found somewhere that uses 100% British and Irish beef. Just like McDonald's.
Life has its own rhythm. It's always changing. Forever moving from one day to the next. Which is why with O2, you can get the phone you want for less by spreading the cost between 3 and 36 months. Search O2 Custom Plans. Phone plans that move with the rhythm of your life.
Join Henry and Sam.
Just a Trader, sponsoring Daytime on ITV4.
JustATrader.com.
Welcome back to the Ricoh Arena for the final of the Champion of Champions, where Neil Robertson leads Judd Trump by 3 frames to 1. Time to get back to the action now. Neil Foles joins Phil Yates in the commentary box, but first over to our MC Phil Seymour to reintroduce the players.
Thank you, Jill. Would you please welcome back to the table your match referee, Desislava Bondirova, and your players, Neil Robertson and Judd Trump.
The interval is over. Everyone's back in their seats, and you've got the best seat in the house for what should be a captivating conclusion to the afternoon. We've had the start, now it's the engine room of this final.